you are the Siege player that really wants to get better at the game and you've seen tons of videos with tips and tricks. You want to finally get that higher rank or the better KD. Yes, listen up, because today I'm giving you 10 Siege tips that will immediately elevate your gameplay. These tips are applicable to a lot of different situations, so let's start with the first one. Something that I see a lot of Siege players do that gets them killed a lot is peeking or moving whilst reloading. And yes, I know, I do this too all the time. You just had a gunfight and you're looking to see if you get pushed by someone else. But if you expose yourself to the enemy while you're reloading, you're basically a sitting duck. You can't really do anything if you would get shot at that moment. So if you're reloading, make sure you stay behind cover until you are done. When it comes to swinging doorways, I already explained in this 15 easy Siege tips video how you can peek a doorway without exposing yourself too much. But in general ways of peeking doors, you would want to do this close to the door. When you swing wide or swing towards the middle of the door, you're a very easy target to hit. The closer you hug the door whilst you swing or peek, the harder you will be to hit for the enemy, as you are a smaller target. Just look at the enemy's POV of 2 examples of when you're swinging the doorway wide as opposed to when you're swinging the doorway closed. Okay, if you want to do something extra to give yourself some freebies, then I got this tip for you. If you start counting the bullets that your enemies shoot, you will be able to estimate whether they will have more bullets or whether they will be reloading. If you know the enemy is gonna reload, you can swing them and pick up a free kill whilst they cannot do anything about it. Other ways to surprise your enemy is to bait them when you're throwing utility. For example, when you throw a drone at them, they will think you're getting onto the chem and you will be occupied. Be ready for enemies to start swinging you, or even better, swing the enemy when they won't expect you. This also goes for throwing other utility, such as Aces Selmas or even C4s or smoke canisters as a defender. Sometimes enemies will start running away because of the utility you're throwing at them. If you swing right after doing so, you might just look at an enemy that has their back facing you. Well, you can't make your kills any easier. Has this video been helping you so far? Or have you learned anything new yet? In that case, I would highly appreciate a sub on my YouTube channel. My next goal is to get to 15k YouTube subscribers. Your support is really appreciated. Thank you so much. Sound in Siege is so important, and we complain about it so many times. You can actually use sound to your advantage by faking certain sound cues. You can easily do this by, for example, faking a reinforcement. It works even better if you have your teammate fake reinforce you out. The sound makes the enemy think you have left a certain area, and they will push you. You'll be there ready to shoot them down. Can someone fake reinforce me out?
Yep.
Yeah.
On it.
Thank you. That's the Maverick. Another way of faking sound is by faking the diffuser disable sound. If you start the process, stop, and then start again, you can imitate the right rhythm, making the attacker think you are actually sticking. I'd say 2 ticks usually is enough to make the attacker push you. This might take some attempts to get the timing right, but trust me, it's definitely worth it. And this is a really good example of where I faked out the disabled diffuser sound to win out the round. You can also have audio work better for you by shooting things that block the audio. For example, lots of carpets, such as these in the blue bunker in Oregon, will block sound. If you shoot them, the enemy will be more audible when they walk on that area. And same goes for walls. If you shoot some holes in them before you reinforce the walls, you'll be able to hear much better on what side the breaching utility is placed. This makes it easier for you to trick the utility. Also, did you know that on average, you need about 10 melee holes consecutively to have sound travel through that hole? You need to make them big enough, otherwise the sound will not transfer through it. And now 2 things that you will need to stop doing to improve your games in general. One of those being, stop reinforcing next to your teammates. This is one of the most common frustrations with random teammates, and the reason is that this costs you more time during a prep phase. Sometimes you'll have lots of things to do during the prep phase, so it works best if you and your teammate focus on 2 other double walls. This means if you see your teammate reinforce something, just go ahead and reinforce something else. And the other thing you need to stop doing is stop placing shields in the middle of a doorway. And by this I mean, stop attaching shields to a doorway. If you place a shield like that anywhere on the map, you're actually putting yourself in a vulnerable position. If you need to move to the other room, you'll have to jump over the shield, making you an easy target. Plus, if it's next to a breach, for example, enemies can just walk by this shield crouched and you won't see them that easily. Alternatives to placing a shield, if you still want to place it where it covers the door, are to A. Place the shield slightly sideways in the door. Well, this creates a nice peak angle next to the shield, or B, place the shield further back so you can still pass in front of the shield. And my final tip would be to watch Pro League or watch skilled players when they stream. Chances are you will learn nice tricks that you can easily implement in your own games, such as this OSA strat on Bank. This was done multiple times in Pro League. Bonus tip? Of course there's a bonus tip, and this one might be a little difficult at first, but be considerate of when to take a gunfight. If you have just peeked a corner and the enemy knows you're there, chances are very high you're gonna get absolutely gunned down if you peek it again immediately. Enemies will expect you to be there, and they're ready for you to peek it again. Some things you can do is wait to re-peek, leave the gunfight completely, or re-peek it in a different stance. Also, when it comes down to gunfights like these, be your own hype man. Maybe your teammates won't do this for you, but you will notice that having confidence when you go into a gunfight is gonna help you so much. Just lie to yourself. Tell yourself you are the best Siege player, feared by everyone in this lobby, and that you will win this gunfight until this starts to become reality for you. Having that confidence when you're gonna go into gunfights will help you to win more gunfights. 100%. These were my 10 tips to immediately elevate your gameplay. If you like content like this, make sure to like the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate all your support, and let me know in the comments down below if you have any other great tips. Maybe we can help each other out. Thank you so much for watching, have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.